Welcome back to another Playbook. We are missing one of our players today, so we're a little bit off angle, but as I fix that, we're going to go to our first note before we begin. So we're going to switch over to Tierak.
Hello! Our charity this month through the end of October is the Cure Alzheimer's Fund. It's a non-profit organization dedicated to funding research with the highest probability of preventing, slowing, or reversing Alzheimer's. Their unwavering focus on finding a cure is made possible by the board of directors and trustees, which finances overhead expenses so that 100% of all donations go to support research. So we've got, if you look below in the doobly-doo on Twitch, there is our rainbow logo. Please click on that. There are some goodies that you can get depending on what you give, and we might see some of that come up in our campaign. Who knows? So check it out. We would love to see you do that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so that goes up to the end of the month. So we got 7 days left. So whatever you guys can throw down, greatly appreciated. There's a lot of rewards available. There is no echoes this week. And hang on 1 second. We are messing up right now. There's something wrong with the stream.
Okay.
Ooh, wow. Big technical difficulties.
Yeah, hang on 1 second. It's correcting itself. It looks like we just had a ping for 1 second and it decided to go bad, and then it's fixing itself. Like I said, we have no echoes this week. Today, this week is actually kind of our week off, our last week off. So we'll have Blades today, but no Blades next week for Halloween. But we will have Star Wars and Echoes next week. After that, we go back to regular schedule, and then per monthly, we'll just keep you informed about the weeks we're off. But most likely, will be always the final week of every month. After that, the last thing is check in this Saturday night at 6 p.m. Central Time. We'll have our annual Call of Cthulhu one-shot. Everybody's going to be over. Well, most of the people will be over. We'll be having a total of 9 players, so I'm going to have a lot of voices in my head. And I'll be running my usual Call of Cthulhu horror one-shot. We got a cool theme to it. It's actually modern day, and it's going to be a bunch of old friends getting back together to survive a horror that they are trapped in. So check out that.
Stream has no sound.
Hear you on the stream.
You can't hear me on the stream. That is weird. Okay.
Yeah.
It shows that I got audio coming out. Hang on a second. Okay, hang on a second. I don't know why.
Now that you've gone through and given all of that information.
Yep. Let me see. I don't know.
Okay, now I hear it.
Okay, I literally did nothing. Interesting. It must have just been correcting itself since then. So
let me refresh my page.
I don't know where it ended off, so I'm just gonna quick go through whoever has it on, if you can just mute yourself. So
Someone has that?
Okay, whatever happened, just fix itself. Okay. A quick recall. No echoes this week. We have Blades. Blades will be off next week for Halloween, and we'll have Echoes and Star Wars next week. We'll keep you updated on always the final weeks. That'll be when we are actually off per month to give ourselves a little bit of a D&D break. This Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time, we'll have our Call of Cthulhu one-shot. Stay tuned for that. We'll have a big, huge in-person thing with 9 people. But that being said, let's go into it. we're back. So, I want to make sure audio is working this time, so I don't have to go over everything. So, okay.
I hear it on my end.
All right, cool. So, last we left off, the team themselves finished off the battle against two of the actual witches that were part of the order that you were trying to get into. They assumed that you were actually Averant spies, since you were trying to go around the sneaky route to get inside, but were interrupted by Heldra, knowing at least a couple of you, and letting you go up to her study, informing you of the situation, you informing likewise. Information was passed back and forth, with the drop of info that even if it was an accident, a lot of you were the reason why the Alkadai section of the plague nest was destroyed. Thus, none of them have been really successfully been destroyed too much yet, minus a few. They'd see promise and a possible partnership with you. Asking you to give them a couple hours, feel free to enjoy the party, roam around, do whatever you need to do. They'll call upon you again if you decide to stay around and decide to make a deal with you, whether or not you decide to find it as I want to be part of Sword Flame or just a business deal nonetheless. Through a little bit of back and forth and a little bit of points trying to figure it out, deals made that you will help, but you will do it on your own time, on your own terms, and just you. They will provide as much information as possible, resources if necessary. And at that point, when information is being passed back and forth, a knock through what seems a couple knocks and a kind of a very timely knock comes in. Hood dropped as you see the familiar face of Soma Theraphor walking in, as they were expecting him. And that's where we left off. So as he walks in, very elegant, long trench coat, many paisley patterns on, gold filigree. Hood to match, but since people don't know, are supposed to know where he is, he made sure that he was hidden as he came inside. He's currently only wearing what seems to be just an enchanted short sword at his side and no other weapons that you can see visibly right now. He walks in peacefully manner, not even hands on the actual on the guard itself. Soldier just looks, glad to see you. I'm sure you all know each other, as he just looks at you. It's good to see you all again. Glad to see that you all were able to dodge many of Averant's attacks. He just looks around. So, I'm willing to provide my assistance if required. And he just kind of stands there and just kind of stares and sees how he responds.
When he walked in, Zephania stood up and was gonna do her salute, and then remembered she's kind of not in the order anymore, and just kind of stands there awkwardly and kind of looks at him in awe, like she can't believe he's in the room right now.
For anybody that just wants to look, you don't have to make a check, but you can tell that he is not wearing any indications of him still being attached to the order at all. No symbols, no kind of items that represent anything from the order. He doesn't have his Averant blade anymore. He doesn't have any Averant symbols, no Cacopial symbols. Granted, he never had a Cacopial symbol to begin with. He was just rocking the Averant realms, Averant kingdom symbol on several parts of his clothing. He also seems to have a more relaxed state as he's presenting himself. He still presents himself as what you assume his outfit might show him off as a noble, but he definitely has a more casual demeanor since the last time we talked to him.
She's just gonna be like, I'm glad you're alive.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, I guess we could say the same. We're glad to see that. We've seen the wanted posters, and yeah.
Yeah, I've who knew that Averant doesn't like it when people leave and then decide to destroy some of their shit? I mean, not me.
Just a little bit. They're not very happy with us either.
No. We
Can't
don't much
imagine.
like them not being what they said either, so I guess we're even.
What have you been up to the last 10 years? When did you leave?
A while back. As I mentioned to you guys 10 years ago, I was already kind of finding fault with them. It wasn't too long after that I just decided to, let's say, cut ties. I understand why he didn't help me, but I decided to take upon myself trying to find my brother, and well, I found him, and it can be annoying, but he's very convincing, and he made me believe that, well, his way isn't right, but neither is the way that was going. So shortly after you all disappeared, that's when I decided to make my absence from Averant, and it was a few years before I decided to figure out what to do. And about that time is when I decided to fill in the hole of guilt that I had for many of the things that I've done in Averant's name, and therefore I figured that the best way to accomplish that task was to hinder them as much as possible, protect lives that were going to be destroyed in their wake. And when I found out about these experiments that they had on people, just was like,
What exactly is Aegis doing right now?
oh, I don't know what he's doing right now. I haven't seen him in about 4 years. But the last time I saw him, he was in an elevator. He's got some family there. He's not really taking up the battle so much anymore, but I would not be surprised to see him on the battlefield one time soon, if I ever go back out there myself.
You think that's likely?
He just...
No, you.
What? Me go on the battlefield?
Yeah.
It's not like I want to, but I got really a main skill set. And one can say that such a skill set would be wasted if not being used, so...
They ever let you get any other kind?
I got a few different trades, but whether I like it or not, war calls to me. And if I die in the battlefield, then I die happy, as long as I'm dying for a good cause. I don't mind being on the battlefield. It's just as long as I'm taking lives for the right reason.
It's good to see that you're still with us. She's being really awkward. She's like starstruck a little bit still.
She's like meeting her teen crush.
Yes.
As he looks at you, it's like, you can relax out around me. It's not how it was before. I mean, I'm not the poster child anymore. It's not really what I wanted to be. If anything, now I guess I am, but I'm the poster child for, everything that's working against it. So
Different kind of posters.
yeah, you could say that. At least they got a good shot of me. That's something. I mean, the artist did a good job. That's good. They got my hair right. Usually doesn't get done.
He's gonna very awkwardly sit down, trying not to salute, and just sit on the edge of her seat. Like, she doesn't want to relax, but she has to be ready to jump up at any time.
I've heard, though, that you all have done well for yourselves after leaving. I mean, I don't know the details, but from words going around and putting two and two together, I'm assuming that you have been doing a very good job of staying hidden, and a very good job of getting some jobs done.
Well,
But
some of us didn't have a whole lot of choice in that hidden thing.
oh, is there some? I'm sorry, they coming at the wrong time. Is there like some squabble going around with the team?
No,
Josh
no,
just
it was.
look around like, who's gonna say something that ain't me?
We I don't know what you heard about you heard something about a nest, but
You guys
It
destroyed it,
wasn't
right? That was you?
well, that wasn't exactly our plan, but we found ourselves there because something real weird happened, and we kind of missed a part of our team here. Kind of missed out on 10 years.
Like you
And
were
so
captured?
No, like we were in that place, and then we were in the same place, only one at the same time no more, and it was real weird. But apparently the first thing we did was something that everyone around here is real happy with, so.
I'll be honest, not to kind of like kill that, you lost 10 years of your life kind of thing like that. But that's kind of cool to, who's time traveled? I don't know anyone who has. I mean, that's like a bucket list thing. Cross that off.
I'm gonna psychic whispers the group and be like, are we sure telling him all this is a good idea?
Zephania's gonna whisper back, I think we can trust him.
What difference does it make? I don't want people thinking I know things I don't.
As he just kind of like looks around at you, and he just kind of like, maybe he's like wondering like if you guys are just don't want to talk. He's like, okay, well, so I guess I should explain why I'm here. As he looks back over at Haldra, she just kind of nods. So I'm not actually part of the Soaring Flame. I kind of do jobs that I find. I've been hunting down Averant. A lot of bigger generals, commanders, and taking a lot of these nests, but they've been more of a pain in the ass than anything. Our goals align, and therefore I've made a deal with them. By all means, no offense to you, Haldra, but you guys, your thing, not for me. But at least the goal and the direction, I can get along. So I made a deal with them that they would give me information if I needed it. Details about some of the nests, information about back and forth of any specific people they need to worry about getting in and out, and occasionally send me some of their members to have as foot soldiers for me as I take out the nest. So far I've only been to take out 2. But once I found out that you all were here and that you took out 1, not only that, but you as he starts kind of scratching his side in awkwardness, you you killed Geneva? I mean, that's an accomplishment.
We didn't have another thing we didn't have a whole lot of choice about.
I mean, it's an accomplishment. I mean, like, not only did you destroy the place, you're able to take down one of, the last remaining high member of the order. He just kind of like looks awkward, like he doesn't know how to like. He just kind of tries to sidestep it. But I mean, once I found that out, I decided to come here. Figured out that I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if you guys are wherever you're at, but as Haldra just immediately kind of like interrupts and kind of just mentions the situation you guys are doing, where you guys are going to still do your own thing, but occasionally help whenever you want to. It's like, okay, well, if you guys ever want to, we can work together to try to take one out. Maybe I can, if we have a way to communicate, I can never let you know whenever I'm able to take one out. Maybe we can work together instead of me having to rely on them and getting their soldiers into it. You are a lot more proficient.
Well, I still have the flute that you gave me. We can contact you if you'd like.
Well, that's nice. I mean, it works. Yeah, that should work.
It's gonna like pull it out and show the rest of the team. Like, see, I still
I
have it.
got it. Gave it to me. What'd you guys get? Nothing.
I was right there and I got nothing.
He like looks back at Haldra. Maybe he was assuming that there'd be more of like a longer discussion. It's like, okay, well that sounds great. Kind of starts going down on his beard a little bit.
I'm giving Gaiju and Hades specifically like very suspicious looks of like vibes feel off.
Give me an insight check if you want.
God, I could do that.
I'm gonna insight as well.
I'm gonna insight.
That's a
I'm
29.
gonna insight Sophinia to see if she's got the hot for this guy.
I'm going to turn you up a little bit.
You're still a little quiet.
I'm going to turn you up on my end, see if that helps. My end.
I got a 13, so
13.
Hot 10.
A hot 10.
Ooh.
29.
Do I have to roll anything for it, or
Are you checking too?
no?
the
Against
check
Ben's
was
roll.
against her.
Oh.
Oh, you're checking her. I thought you were checking
I'm
him.
seeing if she's got the hot.
Oh. I mean, if you're trying to hide it, you can give me like a deception check.
I'm not really hiding. I'm like starstruck. Like, this is my hero standing before me.
Okay. I mean, if it's just that, then it's just that. You guys are able to just tell that she's just, yeah, she's very intimidated by what you guys assume you might have never met before under certain circumstances. If the drama didn't occur.
He's a tween. He's Harry Styles.
I
Insight
stand
checking
by
skill,
my
I got a
Captain
29.
America metaphor. I mean, he is.
I even gave him like a as far as the style, he's got like that one like anime bang that kind of hangs on the side too. So I was like, so like
I'm so sorry. I heard
Averant.
Captain America metaphor, and my first thought was that's America's ass.
That is
We
America's
have already
ass.
referred
That
to him.
is
We have already
America's ass.
referred to him as New
I was
Averant's
like,
ass.
that's
So
average
Average
ass
ass,
right
yeah.
there. Okay, sorry.
He's like, okay, well, I thought this was gonna be a little bit more, but great. Well, okay. You
Wait,
have
is he being sus?
what were you looking for?
Oh no, I mean like
Oh.
I maybe no. I thought maybe like wasn't gonna be so easy just to make this work out.
Do you think we were going to punch you in the face? I mean, what were you
No,
expecting?
no. I just I thought maybe when I got here, you guys would be maybe a more delegation over terms or anything like that. But it seems like you're all good. Well, so there is one that I'll eventually be working on in a few months' time. It's in Nelithir. It's in the southern regions. I decided that to head that one because that's the one part of Nelithir that still has been not fixed after the plague conversion. So it's pretty barren, but they seem to have put a couple nests there. So I thought prudent to go for that. So I was going to get some research, get it taken care of. But if you want to participate in that, I can let you know whenever I'm heading over there.
Sophia's gonna look eagerly at the
Glancing
group,
over-
like,
I'm glancing
Yeah?
specifically at Gaju for his reaction.
His calm demeanor is kind of replaced with a cold one.
Question. I'd insight check Soma to see, because just he feels way too eager about this. I just feel like obviously there's now another motive, but is there anything, I don't know, malicious I can...
Was that insight check that you used before was towards Sophinia, or was it used towards him?
No, it was used towards him.
Oh, okay.
No, Hades was the only one checking out Sophinia's reaction.
Oh, okay.
Gaiju, I think Gaiju
Gaju and Dahlia were both checking.
Okay,
so
gotcha. All right. So as far as him, it's hard to tell. You guys have not been, other than the one time during a lot of stress, you have never actually had like a face-to-face contact with him. You occasionally seen him crossing through the halls, but he was mostly had a bunch of soldiers around him, and if you saw him, it was kind of like quick at a shot where you got that 1 second while he's like crossing the halls, kind of like that. And maybe it's like a blurry shot because it's already passed. But the from what you would assume, and just testing the curve, he seems genuine about trying to take down at least the nest of Averant. You assume that he has no intention of actually trying to go to war against Averant, but he's trying to destroy what he finds as a sickness of it, which is these plague nests. His eagerness itself is probably what you would assume is a replacement for many dull days that he had before.
Can that check extend to, so he was like, oh, you killed Jennifer, great. Like, can that extend to whether he genuinely seems happy we killed her, or if he's like,
he's not happy.
Like, you...
He's not happy, he's not mad at you. He's just not happy at the situation that his sister's dead.
Okay.
He's not, as far as you can tell, he's not blaming you for it. He's kind of congratulating you that you were able to do it, but in essence, your success means that he lost a family member.
Right.
But he is in no intention of blaming you for it.
Okay, as long as I can't detect any sort of
No, yeah, I mean, he mostly seems awkward about it. Like, he's just like, he doesn't want to bring it up. Maybe it might make him pissed off. You can assume he's just like, just drop it. You guys did a good thing. And maybe if we don't talk about it, I won't be upset about it.
Okay.
So the Nelithair, where exactly?
South of the kingdom itself, near the plague essence. Right here is where he's aiming towards.
Let me pull up the
The
map.
southwest of Nelithair.
Sorry for just being stupid.
So the
Okay.
right basically where I have Nelithair Kingdom, there is what a few of you know, especially you, Gaju, is that was one of the first spots that were attacked a long time ago by the plague when it was still kind of just this random entity. And due to it, the land has been barren ever since. It's been dead, it's decayed. Half of what the plague did to it, the other half of many soldiers cutting down the trees to make sure the infection didn't spread further. And therefore it has become a desolate wasteland. And it takes up about only 5% of Nelithair's population, but it's kind of like a stain on their kingdom itself as far as both physical and a honor. And he's implying that they have 2 plague nests there. He's not necessarily implying where they are in there, but he's just saying that he knows 2 there that he wants to go for. As Haldred just kind of shakes her head, implying that she's going to eventually figure out some information, pass it on to him, and then by that time he's going to go ahead on it, whether or not you guys are going to help him or not.
I mean, it's a start in the direction we want to go, right? I'm looking around.
He kind of like looks at Haldred. It's like, did you guys discuss cost? She just kind of like looks. No, we did not. I mean, we told them we would replenish their stuff, and I think they were good with that.
Oh, Soma, I believe it is, right? We shall discuss amongst ourselves really quick here, and then perhaps we can send Sophinia to talk to you about details on finances and other things of that nature.
That's fine. I won't go too far. If I go in the crowd too long, people are gonna start wondering who I am. So I'll be out in the hallway.
Fantastic.
I'll be out the hallway.
It works out fantastic. We will get back to you shortly.
He puts up his hood. He nods over at Heldra. She nods back. They don't really say much words to each other as he walks out, and he gently closes the door. As it looks like he took a right out of the room, which, based off the area that you guys have been through, a right has a very little hallway. It only leads you to a window at the end of the hallway. So you're assuming he's just going to the window and hanging out.
Didn't expect that. Tierak kind of looks to the more experienced members of the group for a read. What they're thinking. Wait for them to say something.
Well, would be a job, a possibility for us.
I missed the
Oh,
end
you're
of it.
cutting it out a little
Yeah,
bit.
Lost
you're
you,
still really
but,
quiet, and you just cut out at the end
You
of the
dropped
job.
off at the end.
All right, let's try this one more time.
Okay.
We can hear you better when you're closer to the mic.
All right, I'm just gonna have to make out with the mic tonight. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to D&D. Yeah, so we'll say, well, it is an opportunity for us to make a little bit of cash here.
I thought we were foregoing payment. No, I just glance at Gaiju.
If that's what you all want, go forward.
The soldier just kind of speaks up. It's either way. We can pay you with what you feel reasonable and what we have, or we can go with what we were originally talking about, which is we can replenish your ship as much as possible and go from there.
Oh, well,
If
I
you want-
apologize. I thought Soma was off cash on top of.
Soma, we do pay and give him some information. He takes it from there. Obviously, minus if we send him any soldiers, that's out of his cost. But if you want the same deal, we can definitely apply that to you. You're definitely worth the cost.
A paycheck would be nice, and we're still doing good. Getting rid of an evil that shouldn't be around.
Y'all are real quiet. I mean, only thing that's changed from 10 minutes ago is now there's a Soma in the mix. So what are you thinking about that?
So, I mean, for me, not much has changed. Still need to figure out where we're going and what's happening here.
Seems to me that's skill I wouldn't mind having on our side. Other than that, don't seem much different than it was a few minutes ago. But y'all done stuff we don't know nothing about. You know more than we do.
For me, it's more the fact that it's a Nelitha.
Think you'd want it cleared out, but I know that's complicated for you.
Would you be willing to go back? If it's... We don't make our presence known, we clear it out, we leave.
If it's in a place that's ain't too many people anyway, maybe. I know it might be hard to be that close to home, though.
If I'm already going to be in that bloody kingdom, might as well.
Like I've said in the past, we've got your back. If you need anything.
I know.
Don't reckon that we'll be disappearing against our will twice.
You fucking better not.
I'd sure like not to go back
I
and
would
do that
very
ever
much
again.
not want that. No. Once was more than enough.
If we ever see that asshole again, you can bet I'm not even allowing him to talk.
You ain't alone in that.
So, teaming up with someone then?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Teaming up with Summer then. That's
I
our
am
group
for
decision.
it.
Don't see a downside.
So, even just as quiet.
If it's what the group wants.
Can I do an insight check on Dahlia?
I'd also like to do an insight check.
Have
Just
at
trying to
it.
figure out. She's been doing the if it's what the group wants thing an awful lot, and I feel like she has an opinion, and I'm curious if I can get a sense of why she's not stating it.
Mm-hmm.
But
You have a 15?
15.
A 6 is not going to get me that.
All right, Dahlia. Either persuasion or deception. You don't tell what roll it is, but that's the total you get.
Yeah, I did. I rolled pretty low, to be
Okay.
honest with you.
So, what do they
Go ahead.
notice off of you, like, as far as this?
I think you probably beat my 6. So
Barely beat your 6.
So
Barely
what
beat
is
your
what is the
what does
Sophia know?
Sophia notice?
She was already uncomfortable talking about the plague, and then Soma walked in the room, and she's even more just like very mistrusting. Just how much do I say?
Whatever it takes to answer the question that they are requiring of you, as far as insight. So if they're trying to figure out what was it that you guys were trying to figure out as far as this insight?
Yeah.
Just like she seems
A sense of
apprehensive
why she's being so reticent.
Okay, so in this case, why are and why has it always been just kind of like whatever the group wants to do? Why has that kind of been the answer to all from you?
You can tell she's like really excited for the group to be back together, and she doesn't want to risk anything happening to split it up again, but she's not, I guess you could say she wasn't mentally prepared to go right back into something they were. It's been 10 years, so you could tell it's like reopening some old wounds, and it's made her just a little uncomfortable.
Dahlia, I know for you guys it's been a while. For us it's just like jumping back into the swing of things. It's like no time had passed. I get you might be apprehensive about this, but it's what we do. It's what we did. We're a team and we'll continue on as a team.
I hear you. Whatever the group wants. We're a team.
Teldra's still in the room.
Yeah, Heldra
Forgot she was there.
Right.
Amira and Elise are all in the room. They're kind of trying to mind
Okay.
their own business. I'm assuming you guys are being quiet, so they're not trying to listen in, and they're just kind of like talking on their own in like their own spot.
Do we still have
We do
is
have
it
psychic whispers open.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
we can
going
make this
to
a private conversation.
privately tell Dahlia. I feel like there's more you're not telling us, and I feel like this is not something you're wholeheartedly into. Maybe we can have a conversation back at the ship, out of the earshot of others.
Sure. And she's not like as upset as she probably was like 10 minutes ago. She's just more like quiet. Like, I don't want to do this, but I don't want to be separated from them more, you know?
Mm-hmm. For Heldra and everybody, there's just like an awkward silence, just we're just
There's
staring
just-
at each other.
You could cut the tension of the knife up in this room.
I'm gonna say then out loud again, so I guess we're taking the job?
Seems like it.
Well, if that's the case, then perhaps you should go talk to Soma for us and figure out the details.
That's probably a good idea. Do she's a little flustered. Do we have details yet besides we're gonna help?
I'm just gonna give her a pat on the shoulder.
I think
You'll get
mostly
him,
he's got
Tiger.
I think mostly he's got the details.
I'm gonna stand up like really awkwardly again, like that soldier. I'll go talk to him and just head out the room.
But before you walk out, Hades walks up kind of to your ear and just like, well, you've already got his contact. You got the flute, so what's easy from there?
Well, I know that he's standing right there. Well, I'm gonna talk to him. This is for later.
That is for later.
She kind of looks at him quizzically and walks out of the room.
What? What the hell are you talking about? You crazy. So you head out. You do see him just kind of like, he's currently like leaning up against the wall and just kind of like side looking out. Like you guys are on like a third level, so he's kind of like looking down as he's just kind of like, you know, his blade is on his side. He's kind of like rocking the hilt back and forth while it's on his side.
She walks up and she again does almost salutes and stops and just clears her throat.
He just kind of steps up. So what'd you guys figure out?
Well, we'll help you. We'll help you in Nelithir. We just need to know maybe when we're leaving and then we'll be there, and if you need to know now or if you need to know later, and we'll be there.
Okay. Well, I still need to receive some information from the Soaring Flame about all any details. They got some good spies. It's not one of my fortes to really sneak in and sneak out. Guessing 3 months' time when I decide to attack. Theoretically, if you guys continue to want to approach us, do I have a way to contact you?
Unless, and I'm gonna hold up the flute, unless this is a two-way thing.
I mean, it allows you to be able to contact me, but not the other way around.
I can't look at you, Dahlia.
I'm sorry.
He's like, all right, well, you know, just like looks at you and, all right, well, he goes into like, he's got like an inner coat underneath his jacket, and he starts going through some of his pockets. You can kind of like almost like someone rummaging through change. Like you can hear like there's some keys in there and stuff like that. And he kind of pulls out this what looks like not a very fancy, but what looks like a locket. He kind of takes it. It's like, I haven't used this in a long time, but under the circumstances, this makes sense. And he takes it, and it looks like it was originally meant for 3 people. He has collected all 3 parts. And he takes off one of the 3 parts, and each one has its own chain on it. He takes one off, which is kind of like this, like a powder blue, like metallic color. There's nothing like in the locket right now. There's like no pictures, but it has like a similar stone in the inside, kind of like built into the locket. So he just opens up your hand, just kind of sets it inside and closes your hand. You got this. I got this. If you want, use it to contact me. I'll use mine to contact you. As long as you're wearing it, you can hear me. It's not super powerful. We can't do like long conversations on it or anything like that. But it works forever. It's how I was able to keep in contact with my siblings. So this is Aegis's pendant. You can have it. And probably in a couple months' time, I'll contact you. I don't want to just randomly be like, hey, I'm all set to go, and then we, attack. It's probably best that we, figure out strategy ahead of time. And, he's kind of like he's not used to, like, maybe this. Oh, I'll contact you.
Okay. I'm gonna take the locket.
Okay. As you take it, you immediately feel kind of like an ethereal magic that's kind of radiating off it. Not like anything that seems harmful to you, but you immediately feel like maybe just even holding it does the job. But it does have not really like an expensive like chain on it, but does seem one of a kind. Kind of like something that was maybe custom made. As each one has the same chain on it, so his locket currently has 2 chains on it, and he took off the 3rd one and gave it to you. And he's got 2 pendants on right now. And they kind of like, when all 3 of them were together, they kind of like locked in like back to front to back, kind of thing like that, and they kind of magnetized. And as you're holding it, you immediately feel kind of like a magnetic pull to his other locket. As you're holding it, you can kind of almost, even though you can see them in front of you, you can almost sense like an energy, as if like maybe when the other locket is within some kind of range, you can maybe sense where they are.
Thank you. And I'll talk to you soon. And I just turn around and walk away.
All right. All right, we'll give the team a best. I'll let you guys know as he merely puts his foot back up and he starts walking his way down, and down the steps. At this point, before you head back in, the rest of the team, what are you doing? Or are you just being creepers, like listen, like put your ears up with like a cup against the door?
Dara is pretty much just waiting awkwardly.
Do we have any idea what Ren is doing right now?
What, who?
Ren.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot. So Ren decided to take it upon themselves to
We got a bot.
recon ahead. They are trying to find as much information as possible, going through a lot of the Soaring Flame files, kind of traveling over to certain places, and has a way to transport back to you on a one-shot basis when you need them. Until then, they are using their spy skills to get you as much information, since they don't know about the whole Soma thing yet. But they kind of headed out, taking the initiative to go back to a spy trade to get as much information in case you guys decide to do it on your own without the Soaring Flames help.
Okay.
Hang on one second.
I'm reporting it.
Thank you.
I guess Judge is probably just going to be quiet while they wait, especially with talks of Nilithair. There's a lot going on his mind.
Okay. And anything else that you all doing at this moment? Okay. What's everybody's
Okay, we
passive
should
perception?
be
Does
doing-
anyone exceed a 17?
Oh, I'm sure not.
17.
Nope.
You do have a 17? So you don't exceed it. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Nope, 15.
13.
You don't notice, but as soon as Zafrina, you go to the door, you immediately just start to feel like slow motion, this heat come towards you. As you feel this ripple effect on the floor. In slow motion, the same thing for the rest of you. As this big explosion hits the wall and you get all thrown back against the wall. I need everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Well, hell.
Welcome back, you guys.
You're right.
Yeah,
DC
because
15.
we haven't had any of this happening. Oh well, that's a 6 plus 5 for 11.
Okay,
It's an
22.
8.
22.
16.
23.
All right, so if you got at least a 15, you're fine. You are just forced prone for a second. If not, then you are taking 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you get thrown against the wall from this force of whatever hit it. As immediately, from most of your ears are ringing, as this just big blast of fire, as you immediately just start looking up as your eyes are dizzy and you're all looking around. The wall is now destroyed as there's no wall there anymore. The door itself now blown apart as you can see Stephanie on one side, the rest of you on the other side, but everybody's seeing each other like in threes as you're starting to focus. As most of you can hear soldiers immediately trying to come in and starting to shoot many of the patrons inside. As Soma immediately runs over to Stephanie and tries to help her up. Immediately looks at all of you. Sophia, roll me evens or pick me evens or odds.
Adds.
Odds. Okay. As he immediately like lifts you up and he looks at all of you. Fuck, I can't be here. As he immediately like grabs Sophia and he immediately starts pulling you in a certain direction. Immediately looks at all of you. Can you? As he just like throws like a couple weapons your direction. As you immediately see like these ropes coming up, and immediately starting to see certain people climbing up. Are you guys gonna run or are you guys gonna fight?
Is he dragging our girl away?
He's just trying to get away from the explosion.
Okay. So
I'm
about
like
to fight
pulling
him.
towards my team.
Nope.
Just
He's
lost.
just trying to, as he sees like these people are coming, he's just kind of like
Talia.
pulling you out of the way, and he's trying to actually like defend you, seeing that you are like you are not really focused right now, as he was further away from the explosion, so he didn't take any kind of like stunned effect.
What happened to the
You
people
said
that
there's-
fell?
You said there's people climbing ropes up like to the window, or
Yeah. There's you see immediately like these grapple hooks that are immediately thrown up to the roof, and they're starting to climb their way up. You don't see them right now, but you see the ropes.
I'm cutting the ropes.
Okay, you're gonna cut the ropes. Okay. 3 of them are in there. I'll say on your turn you can cut 2 of them. You immediately take out your
Okay.
blade and you start slicing at them, as the building's isn't that high, so it does like drop down. But you immediately just, as soon as you show them yourself, immediately a couple of rifles start shooting. They start firing at you. That's a miss. That's a hit for 22. As you immediately try to, does 22 hit? I'm sorry.
22 just hits.
Just hits. Okay, so you take 9 points of piercing damage as you immediately just kind of feel this ricochet of a bullet pierced against your metal that you've never really felt before.
I am going to spend charge to make a con save. What was their hit? They hit for 22, so 11. 7 plus 5 is 12. So I am going to redirect the attack directly at the attacker, and I take 0 damage.
Okay, got it.
That's a charge on my shield.
Okay. All right. As at this point, as you all are starting to stand up and you refocus, you can hear things correctly, you can see things correctly. Immediately, Haldra just looks. Either run or help. Pick one. Do one, either one. As she immediately like draws out her sword as they draw out their magic and they start firing out spells, and she starts trying to like cast spells from on top of the actual like floor with the exposed wall.
I'm gonna take my weapon out.
Okay.
Same. I mean, I already have.
Okay.
I look at the two boys and my face says, fucking, let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay. You can also separate.
Soma
If you
seemed
want.
like he was trying to run for it.
I'll follow your lead.
I will
Sorry,
say.
what did you say, Ben?
I said, did it seem like Soma was trying to run or like stand his ground?
He said I can't be here, so I'm guessing he's gonna run.
Well, okay, so I'll kind of give the lay of the land. Soma can't be there, so he's trying to run away, but he's going to take out any soldiers that are in his way. As anybody who tries to position himself up at the exposed wall, you immediately see waves of Averant soldiers throughout this whole area. Somehow, some way, they were given attention that something's here. You have no idea. No one said anything throwing flame, but for some reason they're all attacking this whole block. Most of you can see at least right now 20 of them.
Is there like a map or anything?
A map. A
For-
map of the area? No,
Yeah.
not of this yet, because I didn't know if you guys were going to go to battle or not.
Fight to get out.
What's our play?
There's 20 in front of us, and there might be a few in the window behind us. Sorry.
Clear a
so
path.
So we know there's like 20 in front of us in the hole in the wall, and then behind us at the windows there might
So-
be a few climbing.
You guys are on the third floor. Currently on the ground level, you can see 20. You do see a couple of ships docked at the far end that are Averant. You have no idea if they're fully unloaded or if they're still unloading more soldiers. But at least within your visual range that you can at least make a correct approximation, there are 20 of them that are within the street area. But the levels beneath you, because you guys are on the second highest level, are currently like you can see people getting scattered as if like the Averant are taking it upon themselves to start kicking in doors and start checking people's homes.
Where do we go?
Back to the ship.
Which way?
We landed at the dock, so we're gonna have to skedaddle out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna kind of
So on your way out.
Thunderbird?
I'm
So
Try it on your way out. Get who you can out.
No Thunderbird. Got that. Okay.
So I will imply I'm sorry, Gadra, if I never said this before, because the Thunderbird naturally being touched by metal, if you are wearing metal items, you can't technically ride the Thunderbird without taking damage. So if you're not wearing any metal, you're perfectly fine. But if you're wearing metal, you will actually take damage from touching.
I'm
the
wearing lots of
Thunderbird.
Me too.
down through the house, out the front door. What are we doing?
At this point, if you guys go in that direction, you immediately just hear someone yell, "If you guys are gonna run!" And immediately points over into like a direction showing like he found like a false wall and he starts running through it.
Zephinia's gonna try and get the team to follow.
I will follow her lead.
What's everybody's movement speed? Is anybody's movement speed less than 35?
Minus 30, and also I'm planning
30.
to take up the rear guard anyway.
30.
I have 35, but I would actually prefer to take up the rear because I have a shit ton of hit points.
Okay, got it.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not used to that yet.
I'm the tank now.
Look at me. I'm the tank now.
Yeah. Is Heldra still fighting?
Yeah, she's still fighting. She just like looks, if you guys gonna run, and she just immediately starts casting spells. As you can see, she's casting fire, and her two allies are casting their spells that they're fighting against you with. As you see, like the large fire demon fighting off, and you see the 3 copies of rogues immediately summon themselves and start to take them all out and stuff like that. As they're fighting,
Come with us. Come with us.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, that's not one.
She just looks at you. I'll just go. We can cover your escape. Go! As they just start casting more spells and start fighting it off. As immediately she just slaps her hands. As immediately you just start to see like this like pike of fire immediately summon. As you immediately see like this immediate like elemental like javelin summon out that just has like this long like feathery drape on it. As she immediately jumps down into the crowd to really fight him off.
We'll take out as many as we can as we head out.
Okay.
Is Ren running or is Ren
Ren's not there.
confused?
So Ren is doing spy work. And
Okay.
Ren will teleport back to the ship when you're ready for them. AKA when Ren will be back.
All right.
So
I'll
assuming
follow
that,
after.
I'm sorry?
I'll follow after the others.
Okay. So I need running order following Soma. So who is directly behind Soma?
Zephynia.
Why did I ask?
You already know.
Look, guy just bringing up the rear. Zephynia's bringing up his rear.
All right, who's behind Zephynia?
That's Averant's ass.
I was trying to take up the rear until Gaju got behind me. So
Okay, so I'm assuming then the last two people is going to be Tierak followed by Gaju.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So
I am not used. I am not used to
Hades are
Gaju.
Dahlia and Hades behind.
I'm assuming then it would go Hades and Dahlia because I'm assuming Dahlia and Gaju would be pretty close. So we'll go Zephynia, Hades, then Dahlia, Tierak, Gaju. Okay. So following Soma, as you immediately see him just kind of like trying to move this wall, as he can tell it's a fake wall, he immediately just takes his sword on, just starts slashing against this fake wall as he immediately just slams into it. You just see like this old like kind of like a pre-prohibition kind of like tunnel that's coming, and he starts immediately running through it. I need everyone to give me a dex check as you're trying to move through this tunnel to make sure it's not going to slow down your speed due to the fact that it's a very tight corridor.
Nat
19.
20.
Oh,
Spooky
all right.
20.
Spooky 20, all right.
19.
19.
Move forward.
No.
Oh!
She's a little distracted.
So we all trip over Zephynia.
So, as a bunch of you decide to move and push, Zephynia gets stuck. Maybe it's due to her wings, but a bunch of you behind are just like trying to help her by like pulling the wings back and allowing you to move. As many of you got pretty high rolls, so you're able to assist Zephynia and kind of like, don't want to be rude about this, let's go! And you start like pushing through and stuff like this as you start to like move, and it might drag against your wings, but you're able to finally kind of like bend them a certain way that you gotta kind of like move your shoulders back to help your wings kind of like fold up, but you're able to kind of like run awkwardly through there. As you find out that this corridor kind of like takes you underneath the actual house itself, as you can hear fire, you can smell gunpowder in the air. You can just hear like magic being shot off. You can assume from the spellcasters. As you're running underneath, and as what you can see is this leads off into what looks like the sewer tunnels underneath, as it immediately drops on like a large slide, leads back down to the harbor. You have your option here, as immediately Soma stops like. As Emil looks down, so you see like this large, deep slide that's going to go down 9 levels worth, which is going to be, each one is about 50 feet apiece. So you're going, a decent amount. He's like, fuck it, as immediately it just like drops flat and just goes down the actual stream, letting himself just fall all the way down. What do y'all do?
Will wings fit?
I mean, now it is about a 15-foot wide space. If you want to go down the actual drain path, it's about a 5-foot space, but you could at least curl yourself up in the wings because you're not running. You just gotta make sure you're holding yourself tight as you go down this large, dangerous slide of sorts, this double diamond slide of all dangers.
She's all for it as long as the team's gonna follow.
So this is going down like inside the mountain. How
Correct.
many levels are
yeah,
we
you're
up?
you guys are on the 9th level.
Okay, so it's just going down to the bottom of the mountain where
Correct.
we came from.
Yep.
Except we're gonna have to come out. Okay,
So we just don't know what's at the end.
Correct.
right.
Okay.
You don't know if it actually leads you at the harbor, if it leads you like underneath the harbor and you go right into the water, or if you go into a trap. You don't know, but this so much decided to say fuck and just went down.
This is sewer. Sewer.
Mm-hmm.
Sewers empty out into the water, right?
Okay.
That's how they work, right?
Because
I assume so.
because we don't know what's at the bottom, if I'm trying to figure out how to word this, could the first person that goes down end up taking like most of the damage if there's any, or
So the way I guess is the way. What I'm assuming you're asking is whoever goes down first can at least give information about any kind of obstacle that comes in its path for the fallen person, so on and so forth. So theoretically, if Stephania's the first one to go down, Stephania, if she takes any damage as she falls, either she will break that specific obstacle by falling into it, or she can at least yell out and let you all know there's this obstacle in the way, which gives you advantage to dodge it on your turn, and so on and so forth.
I can go.
You can go? Okay. All right.
I knew it. And
I
I
was
knew
about to volunteer.
exactly why you were asking.
So how big is the tunnel itself? Is
The tunnel itself is
15
15 feet wide, but the stream that goes down is only 5 feet wide.
Okay.
To also
Water
explain,
slide.
it's also only 5 feet tall if you're standing on the side parts, so it's not actually that high of a tunnel, because it's only supposed to be a sewer stream.
Okay.
So it's the weirdest ass water slide ever.
Yep.
I'm going to kind of like push my way through the group, seeing Selma go down. Wait for me to call, and I'm going to pull out my shield and cast Iron Skin on myself. So that gives me a 22 AC.
Okay.
And I'm just going to plunge right in.
Okay, got it. Do you go like heads first, or do you like go feet first? How do you go down this thing?
My hoof is already fucked up. It can't get much worse. I'm going hooves first.
You're gonna go hooves first. So you immediately go in. As you immediately go into this murky, disgusting water, you immediately go. Like at first, you're like at a flat level, and you immediately just kind of like like when it goes on the slides, it's like slow, and then just drop as you immediately just like fall straight down. Is everybody gonna wait until Gaju makes their way down, or is someone gonna like wait till they get like halfway and then someone goes?
He said wait.
I'm waiting for
Okay,
the all clear.
got
he
it.
said.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm like pacing, but I'm waiting.
So,
I'm
Gaju,
keeping
what's
an
your
eye
passive
behind
perception?
us.
Well, you're
Keeping
probably
an eye
looking
behind
ahead.
us, looking for pursuit.
So give me a perception check, Gaju.
Perception check. Okay. Oh, that's good. Perception. 22.
22. All right. So as you're able to like, as these, it's not like a smooth ride as you're kind of like bumping up and down as you're going through this thing. As you pass a couple levels, and you immediately see what looks like some debris in the way. Give me a dexterity check to dodge it, unless you want to just break it right off the bat.
I would like to break it.
Okay. So you're just going to take the damage if it does. So how would this work? So then just give me if you're going to specifically do it, then you're just going to take the damage. So,
Life's great when you're dating a cleric.
so you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and the debris gets destroyed.
Okay. 'Tis but a scratch.
As you go down next fewer spots, as like it looks like there's this explosion that happened beneath you. Some of the floor kind of like falls down. As some metal of like grates of like drainage thing starts to come down, are you going to specifically try to destroy them so they don't affect it, or are you going to try to dodge them so you don't take any damage from like this falling debris?
It's drains coming down.
Yeah, so like every level has like a drain, right? And they're
Uh-huh.
metal, and they're weigh like roughly about 200 pounds. So like explosion has happened, it's dropping down into the water. You can dodge it, or you can try to actually break it, but you're going to take significant damage because it's metal.
I'm just gonna take it.
Okay, so you're going to take. All right, you take 12 points because I rolled low, and you're able to push out of the way and break most of it. Through the rest of the slide, you don't find too much. As you make it all the way down, as you see Soma is immediately trying to push open a door to try to get out, as you assume it's some kind of like, don't open this door, XYZ, it's for like employees only kind of thing like that, as he's trying to bash it open.
Okay. As soon as I hit the bottom, I'm gonna yell up, "All clear!" And then I'm gonna go help Soma try to get the door open.
Okay. All right, who's going down next?
As soon as the all's clear, I'm down.
Okay. All right. You go down without any problem. Who's following? Dahlia?
I
just saw a thumbs up, so I thought that was.
Sorry, I was just like, yay, Sophia.
Okay.
I'm still guarding the rear, so I'm gonna go last.
Okay.
Go,
Okay.
go!
Go!
All right,
Push!
yeah, I'll go.
Okay. Okay. You start signing it. You start without any problem. You make your way down. You do see some of the debris, but it's been pushed out of the way. You make your way down. Hades, you next.
Hades is gonna turn to Deer and be like, "Hun, it's all right to go ahead," and he's gonna cast a wall of ice behind them to block off the entranceway.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
that's already there then, so go.
Okay, and he hops in, but opens his wings and just slowly glides down the slide.
And start making your way down.
I love it.
As you
That's a
pacefully make
picture.
your way down, and eventually, slowly but surely, make your way down to the bottom. Dira being the last one, you going in?
Yep.
Okay. As you immediately fall in, you immediately look up through every level has itself a few grates. As you're able to look out, you do see whatever's going on. It's not just foot soldiers out of here. You're seeing commanders, you're seeing large weapons, you're actually seeing arcane energy fire off against each other.
And
This looks like a full-blown
on
battlefield.
all the levels.
Yeah, down on
On
every
all the
level.
levels.
Except for the first two. Once you finally get down to level 2 and 1, nothing's really happening much, other than just people running around crazy as some civilians try to run away.
The assault is coming from the top down.
You assume that based off of what you saw is maybe based off the amount of time it took you guys to get to that point, they already made their way to the top. But by this point, Gaju and Soma both busted open this door, as you immediately are just blinded by this sharp light that's immediately coming through as you are down to a level at the far left of the actual docks. As you're at the docks right now, and you see several Averant ships. I need everyone to give me a stealth check to make sure they don't see you, as a few soldiers are still on board in case they are aware of your presence.
Oh, dice, please be good.
Be kind, dice. Be kind.
14.
14,
Oh, 6, 12.
12.
6.
17.
Okay.
Doesn't our boy have passed without a trace, though?
Gotta
Who?
cast it.
Gaiju, yeah. They're not there at the moment, though. Ah!
Let me see what they got. Okay. So, as you're moving along, maybe it's the loud noises. Maybe it's just the fact they didn't expect you to come from this way, but you're able to sneak past the actual boats and actually make it back to your ship. Looks like your ship is not under attack, but many of your crew is hiding, just fearing for the worst. No one really knows who you are, and that this is your ship, as you're able to get back on the ship without them noticing. Leaving the dock is going to be something different entirely. As immediately Arthur just looks, "Are we leaving? The fuck is going on?"
I think it's safe to say we should try to leave.
We need-
Alright.
Ben, why are you laughing?
Sorry, my dog is going full gremlin, and I just looked over as she bought something and launched a rope halfway across the room. It just got me, sorry.
D&D pets.
I'll tell you what, we're going to take a 10-minute break
Alright.
just because Gaju is gone right now. It's probably a good
Captain
time to
is
have the captain.
stepping
We need our
away.
captain,
Yep.
yeah.
So we'll take a 10-minute break and we'll be right back.
See you in a
Okay.
few.
Be right back.
All right, we're back. So, as you guys make your way to the ship, what do y'all want to do?
Wait, where's Cindy?
As Arthur's just like, wait, wasn't she with
She's
you?
still up. She was. What level were we on? Were we higher or lower than the manor? I can't remember.
You were on
Now.
the
We were
5th level.
higher, right? We were lower. Okay. We were on the 5th level. There was a. Damn it!
I
We
can't
can't leave her.
sending this, Cindy.
Okay.
We need to leave. Where are you?
I'm up here. Where the fuck are all of you? Where'd you guys go?
Where is up here?
As immediately you just like you assume that she's trying to give out like an Irish signal, but it's matching so many other signals, and she's like, right there. Did you see it?
I know where she was. I point to kind of the general vicinity of where the shop was.
Okay.
I fire back. Are you near where Dira left you?
Yes, that's where I am. Where are you?
Stay put. I just say stay put. And I'm just like,
Okay, you don't hear a response.
she is somewhere wherever you left her, she's still there.
Far
Dira
is
just kind
that?
of grips her sword in her shield and like starts heading off of the ship.
Somebody go with her.
How far is? She's shouting out to Dira. Wait, how far is it from here? Where is it exactly?
5th level.
So each level is 100 feet deep. Then you got to go up some steps, then another one. So it's 5th level, so roughly about 500 feet, including some steps. So you're probably looking at a total of 800 feet of distance.
Oh,
I'm just booking it.
Okay.
I turned to Apollo. Do you think we could carry her if we flew up there?
We could try. I'm not the strongest.
Teleportation circle, maybe?
It takes a little bit of time, but we could try.
I'm gonna
Is it
fly.
gonna take more time than 5 levels of walking?
I'll
Dira
follow
isn't
Dira.
just going as you discuss this unless you stop her.
Okay.
Someone go with her.
Going.
Meanwhile, Gaiju is barking orders at the crew, like, all hands on deck, prepare for sail. Do
Okay.
not leave until everyone is back on shore, or on the ship. And then he's gonna bolt.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Where's the nearest ship that has all metal?
About that 300 feet away.
Okay, I'm gonna start making my way that way.
Okay.
Before Zephynia can follow Dira, Dolly's gonna intercept and be like, "It's probably better if you can stay here. I can communicate. It's just, I'll go with Dira. I'll take off after her."
Okay.
Be safe.
Okay.
Shouts back, "You too."
Okay, so who's actually going?
So I think just Dahlia and I are going on
Okay.
foot.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. All right, and then Gaju, what are you doing?
I'm going towards the metal ship.
Okay. All right. So Dahlia, I mean the two of you are. I'm getting all confused. You're running, or how are you getting there?
I'm just booking it.
Okay.
We have no better options, so we are getting our cardio in.
Okay.
And Dira's a little single-minded, so
Fair enough. All right. Both whoever's going, give me a dexterity check.
all right.
Uh, 19.
19.
That's a natural one for a 2.
Oh no. Okay. All right. So, hang on one second. As you are running up there and you're trying to dodge as much as you can, trying to move around explosions and trying to make sure that you try to avoid as much stuff. By the time you get to like the 3rd floor, immediately you get noticed, and some soldiers immediately run down to attack you. I need you both to roll me. I need anybody who's in that to roll me initiative.
Alright. It's gonna be
I throw
11.
up my hands and be like, is there a problem?
11.
Okay. Dahlia?
8.
Ooh.
How many of them are there?
15.
And are they just going crazy killing everybody? Like,
They're not killing anybody. They're going
what
through.
did
They're
we do
looking
to
for
deserve
something. You don't
this?
know what they're looking for, but they're going through houses, and for some reason, when they saw you, they immediately decided to draw swords and attack you. But they're not seeing anything. You assume that this group that's trying to attack you is not commanders. They're just going in to try to attack. But you do hear the words, like, "That must be them," as immediately they go into strike.
Well, they're
Hang on,
actually
let me just
looking for
upload
us.
the map.
That's not good.
where?
Oh my god, why are you not working? Why can you not work?
Because it's our curse.
You know it.
Alright, what is my... Yes, that's right. Thank goodness for all the smiting. Okay.
Hang on, it didn't upload right the first time, so I have to reselect it.
The things we do for Cindy, damn it. Freaking Cindy.
Frickin' Cindy!
Damn NPCs.
She's on ship arrest when she gets back. She's not allowed to go anywhere.
She usually is.
She usually doesn't go anywhere too. That's which is kind of funny.
And look what happens when we let her go out. So
This
that's
is-
right.
Yeah, that's you
This
can.
is like Lilo and Stitch. Go to your room.
Okay, so I just made it. It didn't work again. Okay, here we go. So it's appearing on here, but it's not.
Oh, you're
up here.
Smithy. I hate my Smithy. Oh, Mel.
I'm going out to get supplies. Like hell you are.
The hell you are!
Do we see anyone else fighting them?
There is currently on your level, no one's fighting. A lot of people are running.
Okay.
Um,
The thing
I
that
gotta
I...
make this look a little bit easier. for you guys.
That's fine. It was just information I wanted to know.
Why are my grid not working?
I actually had to log back into Foundry.
Really?
Uh-huh. It kicked me out. Not only kicked me out of the game, it logged me out completely.
I'll just do that. Alright, I'll put you guys on the... Oh, that's the wrong token. You want to do... Tierak, Dahlia, and then we put on the soldiers. While this is going on, Gaju, you're moving up to the actual ship. What are you doing?
So it's gonna take me 4 turns of dashing to get to the ship.
Okay.
Well, within 60 feet of it. How many people are around?
There is not too many people on the harbor. It seems like there's a couple people. It looks like there's 2 guards that are guarding the ship, and 2, 4, 5. And then it seems like there is. It looks like there's like 5, 6 people that you can see on the ship without actually going in the ship to see if there's any other floors that have population in them.
Okay. I'm going to pull the hood on my cloak up and activate it for seeming. Let's see. We're just gonna go for a basic elf look.
Okay.
And then I would like to cast level 4 heat metal on the ship.
Okay. All right.
Preferably near the bottom, closer to the water.
You love heat metal, it's a good spell.
Let's see.
It's a 60-foot range
Okay.
concentration, up to a minute.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
And since I did level 4, it's going to be 48 fire damage.
Okay, got it. Go ahead and do the fire damage then.
I can read my dice.
Okay, 17 damage.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn. I don't know how many we're doing here, but
Okay. We're gonna go to. All right. So, Hades and Zephania, what are you doing?
Making sure nobody else gets on the boat and kind of panicking and waiting to hear back from the teams that ran away.
Okay. And Hades.
I am gonna be following Gaiju's kind of.
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
I'm gonna follow Gaiju's kind of lead here. I'm gonna go towards the other boat that's in the water. How big was it again?
I mean, it's 5 stories, so it's
Lengthwise.
lengthwise. The boat itself. Let's see. Yours is, I think, 100 feet. It is. I think it's 150 feet long.
I don't know if I can do. No, I think we'll stay on the ship with Zephania and just
Okay.
make protection.
All right. All right. So it looks like half of them are going to go first. The other half are going to go between Tierak and Dahlia.
Fuck.
All right. This one's going to immediately run up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Immediately pull out his rifle and he's going to fire at Dahlia.
Oh. What did I do?
16 to hit.
I think you existed.
Misses.
Misses?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
This one's going to move up 5, 10. Oh, he just don't goes up right there. It's going to fire at Dira. I'm sure a 16 misses.
Yes, it does.
Okay, this guy is going to go up here and fire also at Dira. 21 to hit.
Misses.
Okay.
We're just matrixing our way around.
Dira again. That's only a 12. This one's going to go up here. Dira. It's only a 9. This guy's going to go up here and fire at Dahlia. For a 15, which I know misses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy up here. This guy's also going to go for Dahlia. Alright, there we go. 26.
Oh. Yeah, that one does it.
15 points of piercing damage.
Damn.
This guy moves
Let's
up
get it going,
here
baby.
and fires at Dahlia. 23 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh no! Lost dice. Must replace.
Oh no. Guess we'll never know.
22 points of piercing damage.
Oh shit.
And that's 2, 4. Yep. Okay, so that's the ones that get to go first. Then we go to Dira's turn.
Okay, first of all, bonus action, I'm going to cast, where'd it go? Shield of Faith on Dahlia.
Okay.
So that adds 2 plus 2 bonus to your AC.
Ooh, nice.
And that is concentration, so we put on the concentration hat.
I have to wear the hat for it.
Yeah, it reminds me that I've got some concentration up.
That's fair.
So I remember to make concentration checks and such. And then I'm going to run up on this guy. We'll start with this guy right here. And we will give him a mighty whack with sword. 26 to hit.
Yeah.
For 10. Plus another 8 for our shiny new smiting on everything for 6. So that's 16.
Okay.
Second attack, same guy. 27 to hit.
Yep.
For 11 plus 3 for 14.
Okay.
And then I'll use my bonus to cast bus. So I did. Or did I move? No, I'm going to stay right there. That is my turn.
Okay. Let me go to the other ones before we go to Dahlia. This one's going to fire on Dira. 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
You take 24 points of piercing damage.
And that's going to be, I'm going to use another charge on my shields. That's
Okay.
concentration. Save. 13. 5 is 18. How much damage?
24, I believe.
So yeah, I make it. So I take 0 damage, and that damage is redirected directly at the attacker.
Okay. So he takes the 24 points. Okay. Then we're gonna go to this guy, and he's also gonna fire at you, Dira, just because you're the closest. That is definitely gonna miss. This guy's gonna move there. Same thing. 19.
Misses.
Okay. This guy's gonna move over here. Miss. This guy's gonna move up here. 22.
Just hits.
Okay. 17 points of piercing damage.
Okie doke. I will
Okay.
take that one.
This guy is gonna move and also attack you. Nope. And this guy's gonna go here. 22. And
Just hits.
13 points of piercing damage.
Okay, I'll take that as well.
Okay. Dahlia.
I look, man, I don't want to be here right now. So we're going to cast Spirit Guardians, and we're going to, because everyone lined up in such a beautiful, perfect line for me, I'd like to, let's see, we'll put people in range and me out of attack of opportunity. Oh, perfect. So I'd like to move here. And then, let's see, how much? That was 15 feet.
It's a circular, right?
Yes, circumference of, yeah.
15.
Yeah. So I'd like to cast it, and that puts... Yeah, so that puts all of them in range. And just to make it a little bit sweeter, I'd like to start at the top and run to here. And so that puts pretty much this entire first two lines have to make
Yeah, it takes care of all the rolls, all the first two rows.
Yep, so they all have to make and beat a wisdom saving throw of 14.
Nice.
Okay, we're gonna start with the guy on top right. Nope. Nope.
That's my girlfriend.
Natural one is definitely a nope.
Ooh.
Fourth from the top got a success with a 18. That's a 17. Fail. Fail. Second row, natural 20. 18. Fail. 23. Natural 20. So out of the second row, this guy failed, and then the top This guy. Okay, so I know which one's failed. So what's the damage?
So on a fail, they take 23 radiant damage. If they save, they get 11.
Yeah, babe.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Don't fuck with me! Don't fuck with me and my squad! How's Deer looking health-wise?
She's okay.
Just doing okay? Just chilling?
She's doing okay.
Does she need some healing? Would she
I
like a
have
sprinkle?
I can do that if I need to, and I've got. Yeah, if I'm worried, I will. I've got 2 more charges. The damage back to them.
Would she accept some if it was offered to her?
Certainly, she would. If you've got the bonus action to do it with, I won't argue.
I sure do. Oh, and I get advantage on it, so let me roll it twice and pick the higher one. God damn it, they were the same. Alright, well, you get 10
Damn it, Bobby.
points.
I'll take them. Thank you.
Damn it, Bobby. Because I kind of needed it, not gonna lie.
All right. So I can. Now, point of order. Does that go back against the amount of damage? No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter for concentration check purposes. Doesn't matter. Never mind.
Okay.
Wait, does it? Shouldn't for me. If that's
What's
what
the question?
you're asking.
Oh,
Something
I was just keeping track of how much damage I've had, and I take that back off of that for counting it, but it doesn't matter because what I had before, half of that wasn't 10 anyway.
Okay.
Okay, that is my turn.
I'm playing concentration check math out loud.
Back
Very
to the what's left of the guys that got to go first. This guy's gonna draw his sword and attack Dira. I doubt he's gonna do anything, but we'll see. Oh, 24 to hit.
That will hit.
I'll have him pay his one only charge to let him get his arcane chant on it, and he does a total of 19 points of slashing damage.
Well, then I'll just have to spend a charge and send that back to I can. Let's see.
You're reflecting back to him?
Yeah, but I've got to make the con save to see which thing happened.
Okay.
So now that's a 19 on its own, so yeah. That gets reflected back to him.
Okay, he did.
Woo!
This guy's gonna keep his rifle out. I'm just gonna shoot at Dahlia. Not with the natural one, he's not. As he immediately tries to fire, immediately the gunpowder explodes, and he actually has to drop his rifle.
Been there, buddy. It's not fun.
This guy is going to move up here and pull out his rifle, and he's gonna try to shoot at Dahlia.
You said he moved into my circle, or was he already in it?
Oh, he moved into it.
Alright, he's gonna make a saving throw.
24.
Fuck. Okay. Do I reroll damage? Or should you just take the 11 that's already been rolled?
Oh, you can just do the 11, that's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll just do that just for... Okay, and... Oh, this guy took damage. I'm just putting the skull on them if they took damage before. Alright.
Cool.
And we will... That's it for the guys that had the first round. So we go to Dira.
Alright. This guy clearly wants some. Let's put it
You want some of this? Come get some.
Move there. He wants some, yeah. Alright. You didn't want to do this. That's a natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Or a 32.
Woo! Boy, alright, he did.
Yeah, so 16 plus to 18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's gone. Alright, second attack on this guy. And that's a 28 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Or 13 plus 2 is 15.
Okay.
And we are gonna
So just like a
try our Shield Master Shove on him.
Okay.
So I believe that is strength versus strength.
Yeah. That's a pathetic 14.
Well, I rolled a 3 plus 3 for a 6, so he stays put.
He holds his ground. Alright.
That's my turn.
Okay. He is going to draw his sword and try to swipe at you. 25.
That hits.
Okay. Let me face the right die. Ooh. 24 points of damage. He's going to spend the charge. And, wait. Yeah, he's going to spend a charge because he didn't use it. Yeah, he's going to spend a charge to his Arcane Chant. And then he is going to add a bonus to it, which is an extra 8 points of damage.
Okay, well, we are definitely going to try and reflect that back to him. And that's 20. How much damage did you say? Total?
Total up together, I think it was like 31 points.
Okay. So yes, I make that so it all goes back to him.
He did. Fuck. Okay.
I am out of charges now, though. I was hoping for a natural 20 so they'd replenish, but
Gotcha. No
I'll
worries.
take that. So
All right. This
now
guy's
I'm going to start needing the healing.
This guy's gonna try to shoot you with his rifle, Dira. 25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Gotta make sure I use the right dice. 15 points of piercing damage.
Okie doke.
This guy's also going to try to shoot at you. That's a miss. And the last guy, excuse me, is also a miss. Alright, we go to Dahlia.
I'm just gonna shuffle my way over here, so I put everybody in my circle, and they all need to make a wisdom saving throw of 14.
Okay. One closest to you failed. One beneath him got a 15. Top left, natural 20. Beneath him, 2. And to the left of him, natural 1.
Okay, so if they failed, they take 20. They succeeded, they take 10.
Only one left.
Nice.
Well, how's he looking, by the way?
That one is not taking
Pretty
damage
beat
yet.
up? Oh, he isn't taking damage yet?
Well, I mean, he took damage from your... That was the first time he took damage from your actual ability, but he hasn't taken any damage before that, so he looks like he's actually pretty good right now, theoretically. You don't see any damage on him, just because your spell wouldn't have actually harmed his actual armor, it would just affected his health.
Okay. I'm gonna let Dira take him down. So I'm gonna cast. So sorry. I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing, and because I have that awesome, I think it's a ring. It lets me cast it as a bonus action. I'd like to cast it on both of us.
Okay.
And we get... Let me make sure this is one. We gain points. So we each get 15 points of healing back.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. I will take it.
And then that'll be my turn.
Okay. Dira, you get your turn before he does.
Alrighty. Well, let's see if we can take him down. Should have left us alone.
For real.
25 to hit.
Yep.
9 plus 6 is 15.
That's enough to finish him off.
Nice.
Alright.
Alright. So as you finish your rounds, we're going to switch back over to Gaju. You're just going to keep doing what you're doing?
Yes and no.
Okay.
What are the guards in front of the ship that I'm currently heating, doing?
They are just making sure nobody's attacking the ship. Since the direction it came from, they don't notice you. But if you start to pop out, you'll have to make a stealth check.
Okay. I am currently 60 feet away from the ship. I would like to try to pass them as inconspicuously as possible.
You said you're looking like a random XYZ elf?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna casually saunter by if possible.
You're just gonna walk casually? How
Yeah.
does one walk casually? How you walking? You whistling?
I don't know about whistling, but just
Give me just give me like a deception check.
okay.
Just to convince them that not only are you not someone they're looking for, but they have no reason to book you.
That is a 12.
Well, lucky for you, they got a 4 and a 5, so they don't seem to
Amazing.
care.
So
You walk by, they kind of like look at you, and they kind of like look at you up and down. They don't bother stopping you, but they kind of like check you out as they go, as they're like holding their rifles, and then they put them back to their sides, assuming that you're not a threat or of any concern to them at all.
okay. I'm going to continue to use my bonus action to keep up heat metal, so that's going to take another 4d8 damage.
Okay.
Uh, 19 damage.
Okay.
And I am just going to hold my actual action in case anybody starts getting any ideas about what I'm doing.
Got it. Okay. Back over to Dahlia and Dira. Give me dex checks again as you're running up to make sure you don't get encountered by more soldiers.
Oh, let's not. Really, let's not.
Ooh,
That's better. How about an 18?
Better. 17.
Okay, you're able to run around, maybe bounce into some alleyways, kind of go through some of the crowd to make sure they don't notice you, whether or not they're looking for you or not. And you're able to get up to the store where you found it, as it's mostly barricaded in right now. As
And
you
I'm going to
notice
guess
on the
that's
rooftop.
been longer than 30 seconds, so Shield of Faith is down.
What's that?
Okay.
I said I'm going to guess that's been longer than 30 seconds since the end of our combat, so Shield of Faith is down.
Okay.
Okay.
You notice on top of the roof, you see the blacksmith and you see Cindy like reinforced, and they are currently like having too much fun, like taking out Averant soldiers with like bows and rifles. As they are like in a murder rampage, like zombie style, where they're just like picking off people like from the rooftop.
Come
We should've
on!
just left her.
We're finally here! You got up to 50 at this point.
Well, you're doing better than we are. Bless your heart, we gotta get out of here.
We're good up here. We're fine. We're good.
No. We are leaving. The ship is leaving. You are coming with us. Come on.
Alright, they say I gotta go. You gonna be good here? It immediately just takes like the rifle and starts like just putting them up like sniper style. Like it's like, I got this. And it's like, alright. And she immediately like drops down. Alright, come on, let's go. She just immediately starts running down the steps without you, and she starts like charging her way down the steps.
Be safe, Harmon. Run after her.
Don't think I won't, as immediately starts like dual wielding like rifles and starts like firing them off like, yeah, and just starts going crazy.
Sounds like a tired soccer mom that desperately needs a glass of wine because of this child. Run after her.
They're like, this is the most excitement I had in years!
This is why you don't do that very often.
Alright, last check from the two of you for a dexterity check to see how fast you can get down there and make sure that you don't grab attention from the actual ships as you're running your belly back down.
Ooh, 17
Alright.
again.
16.
16. You're able to make your way back close enough to the ship that Zephania and Hades notice you, and no other soldiers do, as you're able to get onto the ship. I'd say at this point, you do notice they run back, but it's up to your choice if you want to run back to the ship or continue doing what you're doing.
I want to make sure that these bastards can't follow us, so I'm going to continue what I'm doing. How's the current ship looking?
You can give me a perception check, arcana check, or insight check.
Sorry. That's going to be a 13.
You assume you've done supremely minimal damage to the ship. You haven't seen any damage to it whatsoever, and as you do the heat metal to it, it looks like, based on the circumference of the ship itself and what you're doing to the metal, it looks like you haven't even done a hull breach yet.
Okay.
I'll put in perspective. These ships have 2,000 HP.
Okay.
And in case you guys want to know, your ship has 800. In case you guys ever go into battle. At its current form.
Good to know.
We need some upgrades.
Well, that is actually a major upgrade since
This
you
is
guys had it
what the
last,
upgrades-
because when you guys had it its basic form, it was
These
only at
are the
200 HP.
Oh, okay.
The reason why these destroyer ships have so much HP is, one, they're almost twice the size of your ship. They're made out of metal, not wood, and they seem to have arcane enchantments on them.
Yeah. This would even be just like with me focusing on like a small area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You assume that there's some property of the ship itself that's making it where... How should I put this? Like the damage gets pushed around and distributed throughout the whole ship, so no specific hull damage can actually happen. And it distributes it to different points, so it makes it where the ship can't sink.
Okay. There were other ships that weren't entirely metal.
Well, they were all entirely metal, but it seemed like only two of them
Okay.
had enchantments on them that you could maybe assume that maybe the enchantments could make them fly, but you did not know until investigating further. But none of them actually have dirigibles on them, but you've recognized these enchantments on sails before, and they are very similar to allowing like an elevator to increase and decrease. So it's possible these ships could
Okay.
actually lift themselves out of the water, but not have as much control in the sky as you do.
Okay. The guards that I just passed, are they wearing metal?
He just wants to watch the world burn.
They are not
He
wearing
does.
metal on their body, but they have metal swords and they have metal helms. So those are the two things that got that metal. And probably like a belt buckle.
Okay. Realizing that I am not doing very much damage, I would rather focus on getting us out of here then. I'm going to not exactly turn back, but kind of take a detour, but remain 60 feet within the guards range, and I would like to switch my heat metal to one of the helms.
Okay, go ahead. Go. So they got to make a what kind of check? Or do you just make the check?
Sorry, let me pull it back up.
I think is it Constitution? Creature must succeed in Constitution saving throw. It looks like. Oh no, it's if it drops the item. Okay. So it looks like it automatically hits.
Yeah, so if they're trying to take off the helm, then it'll need a Constitution saving throw. But
Okay.
whichever one I'm attacking is going to take 48 damage.
Okay.
17 damage.
Okay, he takes 17 points of damage as his helmet gets red hot as he starts freaking out. Give me a sleight of hand to make sure they don't notice that you're doing it.
That's going to be a 15.
They don't know where it's coming from. You just walk by. They don't know it's
Amazing.
coming from you. They assume that you're the innocent little elf that couldn't harm a fly.
Excellent.
As if you decide to make it on your way on the ship, you're able to burn one of their helms to their skin without them noticing it was you. So
Amazing.
Arthur looks at you. It's like, all right, are we gonna go? We're going, right? Up or straight?
For now, straight.
Okay.
Sail as casually as you can for right now, but with speed.
So just, slow speed ahead, moving at just half pace of what the ship can do in the water. So it's going off. I need everyone, as far as just plain as the ship itself, give me a stealth check. We're gonna do a group stealth check.
Pretending I'm not laying on the deck wheezing right now.
If it's for the
Well,
ship,
good.
do I have
It's
to
a
roll it with
4.
disadvantage?
Oh my god, Zephania, these checks today.
I know.
Oh no.
Oh, that's okay. Never mind.
This is doubtful.
18.
18.
Thank God for that.
I'm
bonus.
distracted by Soma on the ship.
He's just looking there. He's like doing like the 1 foot on the actual like helm, and he's got like his hair like blowing in the wind. It's very
She's like-
distracting.
Stop!
Hi, as I
There's
trip
a
and
sea
fall.
breeze and his shirt's like
It's
billowing
good.
open.
It's like slow-mo with the hair
Hey.
flowing.
That's a 13 for me.
13. It's like for no reason. It's
24.
not cold or anything like that. For some reason, he took off like his jacket and he's just like decided to go like open bare skin for some reason. You know, it's not hot out. He just decided, you know what? Why not? You know, let's like take off the
Okay,
coat.
Zephania doesn't trip. She walks smack at it into like a post.
As
Did
the
I get there?
ship casually walks out, you know, it steps up, it starts walking and whistling, and starts making its way by, and it's able to get by until the other ships notice at this point when you're at a distance. They do not pursue, but you do not know why. You're not able to hear them, but they choose not to follow you. You don't know if maybe they just didn't really notice, they don't care, or maybe there's something else that's at Tierak that is of more importance. Be able to make it out on the water without being followed.
Full speed ahead.
Full speed ahead as immediately everything gets enchanted, everything gets opened up all the way as the wind current pushes you further forward and now moving at twice speed. Do we have a destination,
that was
Captain?
fun. You know, that's a good question. Zephania and Soma, where are we going?
I'm
Well-
gonna look over at Soma.
I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I wasn't planning. Shit got weird. I mean, thank you for letting me come aboard. This wasn't a thing yet. I was still waiting for them. This might get a little difficult now that the house is attacked. Well, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I guess at this point, I got to do recon myself to try to figure out this place. So, do we want to go to Nelithir and do recon, or do you want to wait for them to hopefully send us information before we decide the recon?
Hey, we're attacking in 3 months, you said, correct?
Well, I assume 3 months for a few reasons. One, I wanted to give the Soaring Flame ample time to be able to not rush themselves getting as much information from me. Two, I guess there's something going on in Nelithir at this current juncture with some kind of big, huge event happening. Didn't really want to get involved in that. And last but
What's
not...
event?
I don't know the details. I'm not in the I haven't gone to Nelithir too much. There's some kind of big celebration, I assume, for like the king and the queen. They have some kind of big, huge celebration going on right now. I guess it's supposed to take up like 2 weeks of time. I was trying to make my way around it so that way it wasn't, locked down of sorts.
Alright.
Last reason was more or less just because I was given information some time ago from one of the contacts in Nelithir that things are movers and shakers are going to happen over at the Ness in 2 months' time. And I figured I'd try to do 2 birds, 1 stone. And hopefully I can take care of that problem also while taking care of the Ness. I'm not quite sure what it is. I was told by my contact that apparently they're bringing in a high-valued subject into one of them, and I didn't want to rush ahead and then scaring them off from bringing it there.
Where do you suggest we go in the meantime?
I mean, I'm willing to help you guys out with whatever you want. If you guys want to, I mean, don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. If you guys have something on your plate that you'd rather do, I mean, in all intents and purposes, I let Zephania know just to wait for my call in a couple months' time. You can drop me off forever. and I can try to take care of it. Don't put me on top of your to-do list. If you guys got something to take care of until we hear back from Heldra or any of the others, I can help too.
DM question.
Yeah.
Is Treya with us, or is she bothering?
Treya's on the ship. She's in her room.
Okay.
I don't think she ever left the ship, right?
She has not left the ship.
Yeah.
She is still... Well, no one's talked to her in the past day, obviously. But last time she went to the room because the information was dropped by Ren about what Ren knew about her. And she hasn't left the room since then. At least as far as you guys know. You guys haven't been back on the ship in... It hasn't been a full 24 hours, but it's been like 12. So it hasn't been that long. So
we assume she's in her quarters.
You assume she's in her quarters. No one has said anything about anybody leaving the ship other than Cindy. So if, assumingly that Arthur is doing his job, everybody's accounted for.
Do we know...
I guess I should mention, just to remind you, Silic and Nyx are not there. But they were already not there before you guys stopped.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think they'll have contacts to find us information, or do you think there's going to be more attacks like this?
I'm not even quite sure what this was. They were attacking all the nobles' homes. And it didn't look as specific as the home that we were in, but as soon as they saw
the ones that
faces of
attacked
some kind, they
Dahlia
started
and me.
attacking.
The ones that attacked Dahlia and me seemed like they thought we were what they were looking for.
Are we all around them right now, or is it just a handful of people?
Like the whole group together?
Yes.
I'm assuming you guys are all talking to Soma at once.
I'm assuming so as well.
Because it's currently...
I mean, unless you've gone off to do something else.
Yeah, unless you guys went to go do something else. Gaju kind of made I think it was Gaju that was kind of seeing what was Soma trying to do.
Okay. Can I be like off to the side, but insight check him for that?
For what?
For him being like, I don't know what that was. I'm like,
sure.
You sure about that?
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
$21.
You assume he has an idea, but he doesn't seem positive.
Okay.
The ones that Dahlia and me ran into, they seem to think that they said something about these are the ones or something like that, like they were looking for us.
I mean, that's weird. They shouldn't know your faces. I mean, you guys haven't been part of Averant 10 years, and I'm guessing a bunch of those foot soldiers probably started after you guys left. So they shouldn't recognize you.
It's interesting that the last time we had Averant foot soldiers after us, you were involved. And you were there.
And that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, and that was still the last time.
They knew us at the nest that we were at as well.
The machine knew our names. Didn't seem like the soldiers knew. But the machine knew our names.
He's like looking at you guys confused, like you guys are saying like things and he's not sure what you guys are talking about.
Not gonna quite elaborate on it, but I'm more focused on my team of... No, they did know us.
As far as our response to Dahlia, he mentions, as far as 10 years ago, those soldiers weren't mine. I was still higher up. I got to tell them what to do, but they were not my soldiers.
She just shrugs and crosses her arms and it's like, I'm just pointing out some funny coincidences, that's all.
Coincidences are fine. I'm not here to... I mean, friends are nice and all, but if this is going to be a problem, maybe this won't work out. I can go. Maybe this is too heated right now. I can leave.
We just need some time to figure out what's going on, right? She's like looking between everybody, like, guys?
I never know what's going on.
He walks up to Zephania. Where's the pendant that he gave you? Where do you have it?
I'm wearing it.
You're wearing it. He just takes his out. He just gestures to your pendant, but he doesn't touch it. He looks at you. There's a little too much going on right now. I don't want to get involved. It's not my place. You have a way to contact me. Jesus Christ. You have a way to contact me.
I'm so here for it.
I'm gonna go.
Where?
I'll take care of some of the jobs I was going to take care of during the 2-month time. Act as if this never happened and just resume business as usual. You guys got your own thing going on.
I'm gonna walk away because I'm not helping the situation, so Dolly's just gonna leave.
It's like it's no one's fault. It's no one's fault. Maybe there's something up in the air. I understand that we're all kind of really skeptical with Erica. I'm sure that not everybody trusts me yet. It's fine. But you have the pendant. I trust you. I'm gonna go.
She kind of holds it, just nods. We'll meet up in 2 months.
All right, sounds good. As he walks forward and he just takes like this little powder out of a pocket and he starts sprinkling it in a circle on the main deck. As it immediately starts glowing a rune and he just steps in it and he just like closes his eyes as he just disappears and the salt itself disappears.
Kind of just like, and then walks back to the group. I see no smirks.
I was just gonna be like, Hades sneezes. Oh god, I'm sorry.
Well, it seems we have 2 months to do whatever we need to do. Do you want to go visit your mom?
If we can, I sure wouldn't say no.
It would put us nearby. We can get her out, do some recon on your father. Maybe a bit more heads up on your brother.
Yeah. We can
And
do
give me
that.
enough time to contact my sister.
I'd like to get her out if she'll go.
So, just as in the past few years, continent of Aegis, where Kern's Gap is, has been under lockdown as far as the actual harbors. So if you guys want to get in, you guys can. You just got to go aerial.
I was gonna say, oh darn, we have a flying ship.
Yeah, you can get in because the Kern's Gap harbor is not controlled by them, but it's very, very difficult to get a large ship through that stream in there, but you can still land in it.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like a narrow strait that leads into it that's like mostly meant for fishing boats, but the harbor itself is big enough to dock a boat. It's just impossible for you to be able to get a boat your size in there, but you can at least land in it.
Gotcha.
It seems a little bit over the
enemy
top,
territory has
but yeah.
not gone well for us, so.
Over the top, literally.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're docking like you're putting in like a large ship in a small pond. Like it can work, but it doesn't make sense. People are gonna go by. It's like, how the fuck did that get in here? Kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's for us to know and them to find out.
Pretty much,
Or
yeah. It probably better for them not to find out. But yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys gonna hit the Kern's Gap?
If that's fine with everybody.
Or just kind of looks around at the group, hopefully.
Tierak, you deserve to see your family, especially after, again, it's only been a few days, but 10 years.
Well, longer for them. What's going on?
I'm all for it.
Dahlia?
Oh, she's not there. Sorry.
Oh, she's gone off.
She went
Way
deuces.
off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when Soma was getting like weird, she was just like, I should just remove myself. So she went back to probably the captain's quarters.
Okay. so I will wait till I see her. I'll go looking for her after we break up. Okay.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
Arthur looks
Appreciate
at
it.
got you.
I know it's going to be kind of dangerous. Appreciate
Everything we do is dangerous. What's new?
Alright, Arthur. We're going back to New Averant. Take to the skies.
Right. To Aegis. Where in Aegis?
Kieran's Gap.
Oh, right. Curran's Gap. Take it to the skies. As immediately you see several like candles get lit, enchantments get flipped as it immediately shows from land to sky as they start lighting up the dirigible, and you start slowly but surely lifting up until there's nothing but drips of water at the bottom of the hull dropping down. As you start slowly but surely taking on the sky, knowing that it's not like an immediate incline. It takes you about a good like half an hour till you get to the clouds, but you slowly but surely start rising in the clouds and just moving with it as the stealth engages underneath so no one can notice underneath where you are.
Can't imagine this ever gets old.
Not really, no.
So as we're climbing, I am going to try and find Dahlia.
Okay. Okay, you look around for Dahlia. Dahlia, where are you?
She was going.
Yeah, I think she's in Captain's quarters still.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I probably saw which direction she was going.
If you're keeping your eyes on a lookout, yeah, you probably saw it.
I mean, if she was kind of moving off, I would watch which
Sure.
direction she went. So it's kind of knock. Dahlia, you in there?
After a sec, she opens the door. After a second, you can hear her like get up. And she's like, "Yeah."
Hey, so I guess we're gonna go try and get my mom out. Do you think
Her eyes light up.
Think you could
Like, oh.
could send to her and let her know we're.
Yeah, of course. She like steps out of the room and closes the door behind her.
He
Yeah,
left.
sure. Let's. Oh,
He did one of those that everybody seems to do now.
we're sure he left.
He seems pretty gone. He looked real uncomfortable about the whole thing, so I think he just wanted to get out of the way. Give us time to
Probably
figure out
for-
what we're about amongst ourselves.
Probably for the best. She like finds a bench that's like out on the deck and goes to sit. Is there anything you want me to say to her specifically, or just yes?
Just we're coming. We're gonna try and take her with us. You ready? I love her.
Dahlia casts sending and pretty much just reiterates that verbatim.
Okay. Tierak, give me evens or odds, please.
Let's see here. Even.
Dahlia, you do not get a response.
Do I know if it? Can I tell if it reached her?
Give me an Arcana check.
Spaghetti-o. That's a 6.
You assume that the spell worked. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Well, we woke her up last time. Is she maybe just not up?
I guess I could try again, and I'll cast it one more time.
Okay.
And say the same thing.
Okay. Give me another Arcana check to consistently get a feel out for how this is working.
No, my dice! Come back! Sorry. I thought it was a 20, I got really excited. Okay. I'm gonna expend... Yeah, let me do a lucky point, so I can roll one more time. Motherfucker, that was even worse. Last lucky point. Okay. 17.
17. Once again, she does not respond. But as you focus on the spell, knowing that it worked, you wonder if she actually received it. You assume that it actually connected. But for some reason, she cannot respond.
What does that mean?
It's connecting. She can hear it, but it's almost like she can't respond. It feels like there's a wall.
Oh no.
Let me look at the parameters of the spell again. I just want to remember.
Oh boy.
What does that mean? She at least knows we're coming, right?
Yes, it connected. It did. I'm sure she heard it, but I don't know. She can't respond right now. Do I know how long it would take for us to get there from here in my 10 years of being here on the ship?
Since you are on a little bit separate parts of the realm, even with flight and going at the moon speed that you're going in, probably about, with weather on your side, 4 days.
Okay.
So Kira's gonna be nervous, Ruck, when we get there.
Well, maybe. Is she looking nervous now?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay, I checked something out. Okay, she does respond on the second one.
Okay.
It sounds odd. It sounds kind of automated. It also sounds hazy. You've never heard anybody respond to something like this before. I need help. And it just kind of repeats that 5 times over.
Sound like urgent, or quiet.
There's no urgency. It just sounds automated. It just sounds like maybe she's been saying this over and over again repeatedly for a while, like please help over and over again. And when your sending hit, it got transferred into the sending.
Fuck, this is worse. Oh god.
Give me okay, give me one last medicine check. Not medicine, Arcana check.
Okay. No, dice, why do you do this to me? 5.
5.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
you
stole my
don't
points.
understand what's going on. You never have got a sending returned back that seems so... Oh god, how should I phrase this? So flat.
Dahlia's just trying to, 1, figure out what's going on, and 2, figure out how to tell Dira. But Dira just sees this long pause, and Dahlia's face just kind of drops, and then starts to, her brows start to furrow, and she's looking at a very complicated math question in her head.
Dahlia, did she answer?
She did, but it's different. Oh.
What? What being
It's-
different?
I've never had anyone respond like this before, because usually it's like a voice in your head and they're speaking to you and it's like a conversation, but this feels flat and repetitive, and she needs help,
Well,
she said.
we're coming to help her.
We are, and she knows that. She got them. She got the message. So we'll.
All right, but you think she's all right? Well, she can't be all right. She says she needs help. We just got to get there. All right. Do you know how long that'll take?
4 days, maybe at the best.
Well, I guess it's faster than I thought.
I'll check in every day. We'll try again tomorrow. Maybe she's sleeping and sleep responded.
Maybe. I mean, we will.
You know
for
what
a last
happens.
Yeah. I don't know we're ever to have done that talking, but I know it's been a long time. All right. Well, thank you. We're on our way, and she knows.
She knows, and I'll check with him. I'll check with her again tomorrow just to be safe.
All right, thank you.
Maybe she just needs to sleep.
Right. That's it.
Anyone else?
Oh, go ahead, Ben. All right. I would like to find. Is it Gantor?
Okay.
Are you able to send out a raven today?
Anything from my captain?
I need to send a message to Nelithir.
Okay. Where in Nelithir?
Do
Do you have a recipient?
would I have my sister, Metaconnor?
Okay. Do you have something of hers that I can make sure that a raven can find if you don't know their exact location?
I don't think I have anything of hers.
Okay.
Would my sister at any point over the last 10 years mention, like, regularly visiting my mother?
Yeah, she would have been back and forth through your mom.
Okay.
So do you mention your home instead? Like, go there?
Yeah.
Okay.
The town of Erebata.
Okay. It's gonna summon Erebata. Alright, I'm assuming you give a note.
Yeah, it's basically gonna be a note like, plague nest south of the kingdom, 3 months' time, meet me there.
Okay. He goes into his little spot where he has about 6 different ravens as he pulls one out, and you see this one has a little bit of like gray feathers on it, and kind of starts patting her underneath the chin, gets a little bit of the beak and gets her all worked up, and ties it to one of her claws, puts it in, and immediately just says some words to the creature. And it just sets it off and starts flying, starts diving into the clouds.
Much appreciated.
Anything from my captain. If you need anything back, let me know. She's pretty fast. From here on now, assumingly that she can find your sister in the right location, should be able to hear back in the next few days.
Thank you.
No problem. As
Have
he
a good night.
closes the cage and walks off.
I'm just gonna go off and do captain things, I guess. Unless somebody
my
needs
captain.
my attention.
Okay. Alright. Anyone else during this process?
Hades is actually waiting, and when he sees Gaiju kind of walk away from the Raven Messenger, he's gonna kind of move to intercept.
Okay.
Okay.
He's gonna come walking up, and there's someone was saying something about some kind of celebration or party back in Nelith there. Any ideas or thoughts on that?
You can give me a history check to see if you know specifically based on time what they might be doing.
I have a few ideas, but sure. History. That is a spooky 20.
Spooky 20. Around this time of the year, but never really specifically on a regular weekly basis, it's always somewhere around this season. Nelithir always does a celebration of their lords, ladies, and especially the king and queen. But as far as the past couple of years, they've made it specifically about just the king and queen that currently is on, the throne. as if they are currently not planning to leave their seats, and this holiday will always be about them, not about just kings and queens in general.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'm gonna more or less relay that.
Okay. Basically, people who don't want to let go of their power and basically holding it with a tight white knuckle fist. And celebrate me for it.
Do you think the gentleman who's still in power is still the one that you had issue with?
Yes.
More or less, yes. Juvenile is a pain in the ass like that.
Well, at least he's humble. But, do you think this could be beneficial to us? That we could maybe use this to our advantage, sneak in, unnoticed maybe? Everyone's turned and looking at the king and queen, and they wouldn't be looking outward.
It's possible, or it in turn could be worse. More heightened security, more nobles, more eyes to see such travelers.
Potentially in the city, but if we're not staying anywhere near the city.
This is true. I've been gone for 18 years, so I don't know exactly what has changed in that time. Although I'm sure if I hear back from my sister, she might have some advice for us. So
That is something. Quite quiet when someone was here. What are your thoughts?
I'm still not sure about him. Maybe less so than Dahlia. But regardless, he is a powerful person, and not exactly one I would like to fight anytime soon. I'd rather he be on our side than against.
I think Sophia would agree with you on that one.
Do you think she's kind of
Smidgen?
into him?
Yes.
Have you ever had like a Amanda character romance before? Has this ever happened? I don't think we've had.
Nope.
Nope. I was gonna say I don't think I've ever had you had a romance with anyone.
I am so amused right now.
Forcing all
After the
romance
4
into-
years, I don't think I've ever gotten that out of you. So this is kind of interesting.
Amazing.
I'm gonna get Amanda and Dearest next.
Well, you know, for as long as I've known Zephynia, I haven't really seen her react that way to anyone, really. Maybe a tad bit with Apollo, but
Well, I don't think I've ever seen her respond that way to Apollo.
it's fair.
I'm not saying anything, but let's play nice with someone maybe for others' sakes.
Excuse me, are you implying that there was something?
I said nothing of the sorts that there was anything. I'm just saying let's play nice so that way Sophia can remain in good graces with dear someone perhaps.
Well, I don't think that's really a problem.
How the two boys gossiping over here.
These boys are bros!
They were wingmanning it over there.
He's over here
I'm
like, what's up, bro? Bro, that's
Bro,
you, bro,
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 bro.
bro. High five. All right. Chest bump. All right.
Well,
Yeah.
Bro.
I suppose we will see what happens there.
Huh, indeed. Oh, yeah, we've already determined. Sorry, they were saying it's hard to hear on the stream. We already determined this. We'll try to fix this later. Yeah. So, well, all right. Well, we have 2 months. Hopefully, we hear from your sister, and if we do, great. But we should potentially make a contingency plan to see about maybe sneaking in out there early before summer. Gouge it ourselves. Make sure he's on the up and up.
Well, there are a few options. There are the outer islands. It might be at least safer for reconnaissance. Not on the mainland. And then from there we can sneak in between and not. I've actually never been on the islands, but I know they're more or less Elven people. So that might be an option.
That could be problematic for some of us.
Oh, so
You said that for elven people.
less Elven people.
Oh, got it. God, never mind. I misheard you.
Oh.
I do have an idea, though. Perhaps a little crazy. Have you ever turned into a whale before?
A whale.
Mhm.
I haven't tried. I'm sure I could. Why?
Maybe in the next few months we try this. Just curious if a whale's mouth is waterproof or watertight.
Possibly?
All I'm saying, it's a very large area and be very easy to go underwater and sneak in.
We'll test that with Mala.
Something we'll see in the next few months.
God. Alright, we'll see how things go. How are you feeling about everything?
Oh, no more or less than any other time. It appears as though it's another situation in which we've gotten ourselves into, but we'll figure it out, and now that we have everyone else here, it should be a little easier to potentially get ourselves through whatever situation may come to us.
I noticed with Apollo coming back a little bit earlier. You don't remember him taking over?
I do not. That's the funny thing about it.
That's a
I
first?
do. Normally, I'm here. I'm there with him behind the wheel. This time, I don't really remember him taking the wheel when he did. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I guess it's a good thing for now. The best.
Does that concern you?
What concerns me is that it's been 10 years and I have not heard from him. But getting glimpses, which is a good thing. Step in our direction, right?
I suppose so.
We know that he's not 100% gone.
That is true.
Put some more thought into that. See what I can figure out.
Well, as always, I'm here if you need to talk about it.
I appreciate it. Oh,
While they're still... Go ahead. You sure?
yeah, no, it's fine.
Alright, while they're still talking, I think Dahlia would come and find them. I think we might have a problem.
Another one? What is it?
Not something with the ship this time. Nothing's on fire, Mom. It's
Oh,
it's
thank God.
Dira's mother. I tried to cast sending, to let her know that we're coming. Dira was there, and I didn't get a response, and then I tried again, and then I got this weird response. I've never heard anything like it, that she just said, I need help, like, several times over, and it was flat and monotone and eerie, and that was it. But something's wrong, and I don't want to worry Dira. I don't know what to tell her either.
Can I try a Arcana check on that?
On what specifically?
The fact that the response back she got, how it was like this monotone, weird kind of thing.
Are you proficient Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, you can give it to me. Give it to you with advantage, because you're already taking in some notes and you're proficient with it. Okay. There's a couple things that you know that most people don't know about sending. First off, sending, you don't have to be awake to respond to sending. You don't need to be moving around. But the major thing that's really throwing you off for this one is whenever it's on me like that, most likely, the person's unconscious.
Alright, so he'll be like, I don't want to concern either of you here, and definitely shouldn't say this to Tierak just quite yet, but in the past certain time of sending consent, it can be responded to when you're not awake or just unconscious. So it is potential that she is unconscious somewhere. I'm gonna guess somewhere not friendly or beneficial for her health, but she is potentially in trouble and needing of rescue.
But you mean unconscious? Like, she totally could have just been asleep, right?
Potentially, yes, but I highly doubt her sleeping would respond with, I need help.
Maybe she's having a nightmare?
Wishful thinking,
I
I
don't-
suppose.
I suppose.
We're talking about new Averant here. I think we should expect the worst.
They are a giant bag of fuck.
Deer and Zafini also mentioned that they knew who they were at the nest by name. They seemed to recognize us when we were going to get Cindy. Do you think really they got to Deer's mother? Do you think they could be related? That they would do something like that?
I wish I could say that I was surprised, but
What'd you say, Ben?
I wouldn't have been surprised. Joe, in the last 10 years, have we seen Averant? Obviously, they've got the technology advancement of guns. Has there been any other technological advancements we've seen these guys have?
For Averant in the past 10 years, other than the semi-major leaps that they made, nothing crazy as far as what they've been doing. The only thing that might have grabbed Team Tails' attention is they've been doing, and you haven't been able to fully investigate this because the only way to really check it out is go on to the actual island. They're floating the island themselves. But there has been major rumors that they have been deconstructing their actual base operations to upgrade it for what they call the obelisk.
I've seen it before. I saw it in my dream. Or no, it was a vision. I had a vision of it.
yeah, Vision of Waddle.
As far as you know, it hasn't happened yet, but they've been having to not really increase their technological growth, but it's maybe why they've been very aggressive with their movements lately, because they've been, from what you were able to get as far as information here or there throughout the 10 years, is this is a structure that already exists. It's not something that they're making and they're forming themselves. It's already been created and existed, and they're planning to take it and repurpose it for themselves. And it is merely them gaining that few steps ahead for them to be able to do it. And you assume half the aggression they've been pushing so far has been for them to either A, gain more land so they can find this property and take it for themselves, or B, maybe they're trying to absorb enough energy to create the property itself. It's all speculation. You can't really do much more recon, because for you to physically know that information is to get within eye shot of the island, which is the main purpose of it, for being up in the clouds.
So Apollo is like, or he's sitting there, and all of a sudden his eyes just kind of shoot wide for a second, and he like pulls out a notebook and starts like flipping through some pages and everything, and he kind of just goes, "I have a theory, and it's working, and I don't know if I'm accurate here or not, but when we faced off with Malik before everyone got blipped to the future, everyone disappeared, and he was standing there, and he started
With
monologuing and talking
Anima.
to himself. Anima, I'm sorry. Anima. Scratch. He's like, Anima, and he was saying something along the lines of that he did what he was supposed to, and you know, the job was done, and all this, and that he wouldn't have to deal with it. But I'm curious, this device that he used to send them forward obviously was some kind of magical technology that nobody really knows of, and some kind of temporal bullshit, for lack of a better term. What if they knew of Zephynia, and there was a vision of Zephynia going supernova and white and exploding? Obviously, there is a large amount of energy stored up within her. What if they planned to send her to when the obelisk was going to be completed, their flying fortress, and use her as a battery? And Anima was part of that, to send her there for when it was completed.
Not when she gets the fan out. That's when you know, like, you should be worried
oh,
when Amanda
shit.
gets the fan out.
It is very possible.
They clearly wanted something with her, and it's... Shit, that's them. It's not gonna be something good.
Obviously not, but it's a running, working theory, but
Which
wouldn't put it past them.
Which begs the question, maybe we need to start working with less.
I'm afraid that no matter what we do, wherever we go, they will try to find us or her, and make
Wouldn't
this
you
our
rather
own.
have a defensive than go on the offensive straight into the beast?
Well, you're trying to hide from a giant. The best place to be is between his feet, where he can't see you.
It's not like they don't know who we are, though. We show up to destroy these nests very quickly. Soon they're gonna realize that this is a target to repeat attack for us, and they'll be waiting for us. And who knows what kind of technology and things they have now.
It's very possible.
They had enough to blip her through the future.
I don't think they knew what they had. I think they
Anima
Anima
knew.
had an idea. I don't think he had a full understanding of how it worked. He
We're playing
needed
with
her
fire.
to activate it,
We're tieflings, we always play with fire.
especially when you're cooking.
No. It's serious.
Sorry, I had to.
I'm always serious.
The other thing, though, too, is if we attack these nests and destroy them, potentially we can see some of the technology they're working on and see if we are correct or completely wrong, if this technology doesn't seem to be related whatsoever.
I just don't want to make a habit out of this, and we are already targets, as it is.
We've been targets for 10 years.
And we've done a damn good job
18.
hiding from them and flying under... You've done a damn good job flying under the radar, but now we're going right back into it.
I don't think there's a way out of it.
We
I'm
get
not
them
going
back
to
and...
spend the rest of my life running.
I'm not saying we're running. I'm saying we got them back. Finally. And there's a great big world out there, and there's so many things we can do in it. Do we have to go back to New Averant? Do we have to go back to just... to this? It's all they know. I understand why they would want to, but... we could do so much more. We could do something else. We can not sit here and play cat and mouse with the biggest empire in the realm.
I suppose here's the way to also put it. I love a good fairy tale, and I think that living our lives out at some beach somewhere would be fantastic. But eventually they would find us. They would come along, and we would have to confront this issue after they have become more powerful. I don't think I can live in a world where at any moment they would come for us. And if you think that they're done growing or stop doing what they're doing, I'm afraid you're probably mistaken. And we're gonna make this a bit more personal. Would you want to raise a family with Kaiju in a world where they keep pushing like that? where they're going to eventually take everything from everyone?
I'm not saying that we shouldn't support their downfall, but this is a lot to take head on.
It is, but if we don't help, who's going to?
There's plenty of people already doing it. And we can help them, but
And there's 6 more here that can do a lot more too.
We all decided that we didn't want to be pawns. But working for others, that puts us exactly in that same spot. But if we choose to do this because it's what we want to, or what we believe in, then I don't see it as being pawns. Personally, my father has been missing for 20 years. I don't know what he did or what happened after he left when I was 15. But I need to see what is in those nests. There is a chance that my father is there. I will take that opportunity. If that means that we can also save additional lives, so be it. That's another fuck you to the New Averant military. And I can do it right by my own people, my own land. So, I have my reasons. You are obviously welcome to be unsure about it. You have every right to be. But I think Hades does have a point. We can't just keep turning a blind eye or hoping that they won't find us. It's time to clip New Averant's wings.
I think you both can kind of see there's some walls that you've broken through, and her lip quivers a little bit. And she just says, the New Averant Empire and this damn plague have already taken so much from me, and I will never forgive myself if I allow it to take anyone else. I just can't lose anyone else to them.
You won't.
I mean, I still have a date, so I can't give up yet.
And how are you going to get back to the Nightshade?
Well, after we take down Averant, I can just roll on in.
That is the main problem. Screw all this shit. We need to get him. We need to get him laid.
Whoa, hang on.
You already did!
And then I'll take care of it.
But he didn't get Nightshade laid. That's what it is.
No! Oh, I did, but repetitively.
He needs round 2. He's on that. He's addicted.
Addicted.
I'm addicted. You just seeing her lip quiver and all that. I'll Hades will look over at Gaiju and be like, "Pocket pancake," and like, with a pocket, and then like I'll hug Dahlia.
I'll just go and hug them both.
And you're the pancake.
I feel like Zephania was starting to walk towards them at this point, saw this, and was just like, I'll let him be. Walks away.
No, you get over here too.
We need some pocket bacon.
Alright. So, throughout the time between now and making your way to Kryn's Gap, I need 3 people to each make me d20s for weathers.
I'll do one.
I'll roll one.
I want to do one thing tonight, very briefly.
Okay.
Dira's just going to go up to the bow of the ship again. Can we see the moon tonight?
Yes.
Okay, so she's just going to look up on it. She's kind of fingering her holy symbol. I don't know where the light's coming from. It ain't her no more. It ain't hers. I don't know who I'm talking to. Maybe someday you'll tell me. But until then, look out for my mama. Let's find my daddy. Watch over all of us. We got a lot of fighting to do. We need all the strength we can get. She taught me to be strong. Whoever you are, wherever you are. She needs your strength now. And she's just going to sit out there for a while and watch the moon before she goes to bed.
Give me a religion check.
Right? 7.
As you stare at the almost full moon, almost fully exposed into the night sky, you feel, but do not understand or comprehend, but you do feel a different comfort than what you used to. Someone else is watching over you. Someone more reliable. Someone new. But you do not yet hear them. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe they're not ready. But someone's there for you. Whether you want to or not, someone's protecting you. And they just give you a small reassurance as a slight breeze comes by, almost like a slight touch of a hand against your heart, with a slight bless on you to make you feel content just enough to let you know someone is there, but not enough to give you any more information other than reliability. But you can gaze out into the sky with comfort, knowing that Cacopial is not the only one that you have to rely on. Anyone else before the night's over, and I'll check those d20s if no one else has anything. Okay, so for the d20s that were rolled, what did we get?
I got a 9.
9.
6.
6.
13.
13. Okay. For the first couple days, wind is at your side. Again, with the sails moving at a good pace. The ship is being controlled. You have to descend a little bit just to make sure that the wind isn't too aggressive. It is almost working too much in your favor, but Arthur was able to keep the ship under control. On the last day, to make sure that you aren't too high in the sky, to make sure you are not crossing through the path of the Averant Isle, you choose to descend a little bit. Kind of go about 60 feet in the air, but go around Aegis, so no one knows. You take the long way around. Fortunately of this, you come into a storm that is currently affecting Aegis' Isle. Nothing too much to wreck your ship, but does slow you down another day. By the time you finally get and land in Kryn's Gap, 4 days have actually passed and you land on the 5th. As you land in a town of embers and smog, with only worry of what will happen. That's where we're going to end it for the night.
No!
So, with team back together and taking some of their own time to deal with some of their own personal things, we now leave ourselves of what is going on in Kryn's Gap and why is Dira's mom unconscious. if you want to see what happens, check out 2 weeks. Do not forget that we're off for Blades next week. So you're going to have to stay tuned. You have to wait 2 weeks. Next Tuesday is Halloween, so that's the reason why we're not going to be playing specifically that way. But no more D&D sessions for this week, minus Saturday. We have our Call of Cthulhu one-shot. Make sure you watch that. Those are always good every year. We're actually upgrading the audio, so hopefully it sounds better than it previously was. I did some upgrades this year. We've got 9 players, so hopefully it works out. And then Echoes and Star Wars is next week. After that, we go back to our regularly planned schedule, and we'll have Blades again the following Tuesday. So, everyone have a fantastic week. Happy Halloween when it comes up, and everyone have a fantastic night. Good night.
Bye.